So if we had been sailing along, divorce is what caused my major, I call it like ignition. It feels like somebody turned the ignition on the car and the car, boom, started up. That started my seeking healing, seeking what will work to stop this emotional overwhelm inside of me. Mine happened to be divorce. I think for a lot of people, it might have been COVID because they were sailing along. Look how many divorces happened. Divorce happened like crazy in COVID. People say, oh, it's because these people were locked up in the same house. Now, I say these people could no longer, here we have somebody coming in. I say people could no longer distract themselves with the survival strategies that were in place to maintain that status quo. And it ignited core wounds that caused emotional overwhelm, and people didn't know how to navigate it. So I was just learning, just beginning to learn in 2020 in COVID, and COVID knocked me sideways. A lot of disconnection and a lot of igniting, pinging of core wounds that I now see, in hindsight. So I just want you to be aware that anxiety is caused from the negative emotion, the buried core beliefs that are creating the negative emotions that need attention. And a lot of times we have in our subconscious, we have those fragmented parts, those disconnected parts from the whole that have their own stories, their own core wounds, their own survival strategies. And they're like all kind of like pinging against each other inside of the system. That's what inner conflict is. And we'll get more into that in the upcoming classes also. So that brings us to, what do we do about it? This program is effective because there are action steps every step of the way. And we just take that step, that next action step, trust the process and move forward. And you're going to see shift. You're going to see that traction and that momentum going forward. So here, the action step is what I call pause for the cause. We have to become aware of our body because it's the first line of communication when we're triggered. We notice sensations in the body before we even get to the underlying negative emotions underneath it. Thanks, Julie. Somebody has to leave early, but that's okay. We're recording this. Have a great day. So we feel the body sensations that start to really show up when triggered. It could be rapid heartbeat, tightness in the throat, constriction in the chest, nausea in the stomach, or any other body sensation. When I started my IFS journey, that portion, that it's kind of like the icing on the cake, the wrapping on the present, that portion, I started out with knee pain in my left knee. It was so bad that I was looking at those PRP injections that were like $6,000 to $10,000. It would have cost me for those injections. Within 3 sessions, I didn't have any more knee pain. So the body sensations that show up is the first line of communication. So as soon as we feel the sensations in our body, we need to know, oh, we're being triggered. And then we need to slow down. So any emotional overwhelm, sensations in the body, really the word for me is overwhelm. Anything that you feel overwhelmed, you feel overwhelm of emotion, of body sensation, of even stimulus in your environment, just slow down. I'm giving you permission right now to slow down. I can tell you from my field experience, I've tried it. I love to experiment. I've tried a lot of different things. And I get more accomplished when I slow down than any other tactic. From calendar use to, eat the frog to getting things done. Like I'm telling you, slow down. It'll be worth it. So as soon as you feel the body sensations, know that you're being triggered and slow down. Sometimes you even have to leave the conversation or leave the room. It's worth it. You deserve it. Your people around you, your loved ones, your coworkers, your children deserve it. Invest there. Leave if you need to. I had to leave. I had to leave to be able to get those body sensations acknowledged and attended to. So get somewhere that you're able to take deep breaths. If you're able to stand in the conversation and do it, great. If not, just excuse yourself. Just use the restroom. Hey, nature calls. Inner system, subconscious calls. I need to go use the restroom. Subconscious calls. The longer exhale tells the body that it's safe. It's a nervous system. It's that electrical system in your body. When your body, it's actually, the brain is seeing that your body has a longer exhale than the inhale. So it tells the body it's safe here. It's okay. We don't need to fight, fly, or freeze. When you can take enough longer exhales that you feel that body sensations start to subdue, then you'll be able to turn your attention inward. We want to turn our attention inward, observing what the body sensation was and the underlying emotion. So the emotion is another messenger service. The body is the first messenger service. The emotion is the second messenger service. And they're trying to tell you something. So if we look at them, like instead of feeling the heartbeat get rapid and being mad at the heartbeat, just breathe, slow it down and breathe and say, thank you, heartbeat, for showing up. What are you trying to tell me? What emotion is present and what does it want to tell you? I even put a hand like over my heart space and I close my eyes. What do you want to tell me? What do you want me to know? So I call this pause for the cause. We notice the body sensations, we slow it down, and we turn inward. And then hand over heart, what do you want me to know? And start to listen. And the first thing that comes to your mind, don't explain it away. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Listen to it. There's really good insights there. So the action steps for this class 1, module 1, is I'm going to give you a guided meditation. It's a guided visualization to see yourself as you really are and to enhance your confidence. And then feel the body sensations that show up. Even when you're happy, start to notice the sensations in your body. Just start to notice them. And then practice pause for the cause. I have a 4th action step that whenever you're in that space where you say, what do you want me to know? Emotion, body, what do you want me to know? A lot of times we will have the opportunity to write it down and start journaling about it, or even do talk to text in your phone, like email yourself using talk to text or put it in the notes section of your phone as a journaling practice. To then you can go back and read it or not, but it's like this extra step where the body and your inner system, your subconscious, knows you're paying attention. And that's the first step into major shift in your life, is paying attention and acknowledging it. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the lecture portion. All of this is in the class notes that I'm going to have in the file section of each module too on the teaching platform. So let's open it up. I know some people had to leave, so let's open up questions. Yeah, we had a couple people leave, no problem at all. It's recorded. Does anybody else have questions on that second half? Pause for the cause. Negative emotions, how they contribute to creating the triggers. No? Okay, Brandy says, no questions here. It was very well put, well explained. Thank you so much. It is a lot of information. Yes, it's a lot of information.
I don't,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I don't, it's not really a question. I think it's more of a, like, how to achieve the goal. So talking about, the body sensations that show up when triggered, or talking about the different emotions that are inside.
Right.
Do you have any suggestions on, like, correctly identifying or like names for different types of emotions? Because I think sometimes we can be really basic with it, of like, I feel happy or sad, and it can be a lot more complex than that.
That is a great
vocabulary.
That's a great question. And it is coming in the course later on with the watch parties. I'm going to have a book club section. I'm going to have watch parties section. In the watch parties section, we're going to be watching Brene Brown's lectures on naming emotions. It's so helpful to learn the language. You're absolutely right, because it helps us in our prefrontal cortex, where we hold language skills and math skills. It helps us to link the prefrontal cortex with the subconscious mind. So we're going to watch that and discuss them in the watch parties. And also, thank you for that feedback here, because I have something called the emotion wheel. It is kind of well known in like just therapy modalities and things. I will add that file to this module. So you'll have it in your resource section with the workbook and the MP3 guided meditation. And I'll add that into that section also.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, great question. Yeah. Yeah. It does really help. It does really make a difference in understanding.